Alright, here's the spicy question of the day. If Alberta separated from Canada, would Indigenous communities be better off, or totally screwed? You keep hearing people talk about freedom, pipelines, and leaving Ottawa behind. But what about the people who've been on this land long before Confederation? Today we break down the money, the treaties, and the truth behind why most Indigenous leaders want Alberta to stay in Canada. What's the separation buzz all about? Why some Albertans want out? Federal equalization payments. Oil and gas regulations. Perceived lack of control from Ottawa. Why Indigenous communities say no thanks? First Nations and Métis leaders overwhelmingly oppose Alberta separation. Their treaties are with the Crown, not Alberta. Independence would jeopardize existing treaty rights, land claims, and funding. Alberta leaving would create a legal vacuum, and there's no guarantee their rights would be respected under a new system. Let's talk about the money. What kind of support do Indigenous communities actually receive from Canada? Annual federal transfers to First Nations cover essential areas such as education, housing, healthcare, and infrastructure. Jordan's Principle ensures funding for Indigenous children's health and social needs. Post-secondary support programs include grants and tuition coverage for Indigenous students. Some bands distribute per capita payments from land settlements or business revenues. Do Indigenous youth get money at 18? Not from the government automatically. But some bands with trust funds, from land deals or resource revenue, may issue payments to members when they turn 18. This varies widely. What if Alberta joined the United States? Would Indigenous people be better or worse off? Worse off by most expert opinions. U.S. tribal nations have different legal frameworks, and far more fragmented healthcare, housing, and education support. Indigenous Canadians receive constitutionally protected rights under Section 35 of the Constitution Act. U.S. tribes do not have this same blanket protection. The Canadian government remains accountable under international law, including the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and other agreements. However, a new Alberta state might not be held to the same standards. In the end, this issue transcends financial considerations. It's about principles, rights, and the future of communities. Indigenous opposition is rooted in history, rights, and survival, not just economics. Most Indigenous communities already feel underfunded. They don't want less stability, fewer guarantees, or broken legal frameworks. If Alberta truly wants independence, it'll have to reconcile with the First Peoples first. What do you think? Would Alberta's separation be freedom or fallout, and would Indigenous communities be left behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments, DM us on IG at Hey How You Doin Pod, and hit follow for more real talk, no filter episodes every week.